get asked all the time, what do you actually need to make YouTube videos?
A cat.
So today we're going to give you a full tour of our setup, everything Aaron and I use on a daily basis in our workflow.
So we use our setup for so many different things, and it's a bit of a mix between YouTube and professional freelance work, our day jobs as corporate video producers, but it should also give you an idea about how we work as well. We both need to be kind of versatile because we both work hybrid, so we're constantly taking our machines into the office, on the go, and going to various locations as well for shoots and video shoots as well.
And we also have quite a small apartment, so it does need to be a balance between performance, comfort and space.
So let's talk about my side first, which is what I call the less chaotic side. Starting off with my screen. So this is a Dell ultra-wide 34-inch. I don't remember the exact model number, you know what Dell's naming scheme is like, but it's a 34-inch, it's an ultra-wide, it's 1440p, and we have two of them.
Yeah, so we have the same screens.
They have really good color accuracy and they're also 120 Hertz, which is something that I am very sensitive to. I cannot use any screen that is below probably like 90 Hertz. Now I prefer to actually have one screen. I find that when I have two screens or more, I'm kind of like looking around and it kind of makes my head hurt. On those times where I do need dual screen, I just flip my Mac open and I have this kind of like dual screen setup going on. The Mac screen is also a little bit more color accurate, so I use it mostly for color grading as well. In terms of the actual system I'm using, it's a Macbook Pro. It's the 16-inch model. This is a top of the line one. I've done the review of it already, but to give you the short story, it's an M4 Max. It's got 128 gigabytes of RAM. I know it's mega overkill, please don't tell me I know. And the reason I chose it was basically it was paid for by my workplace, so I didn't actually pay for it myself, but they gave me a specific budget and it was pretty much like I compared it to Windows laptops in terms of like the specs and the battery life, the screen. It was kind of like just the best laptop for the budget they gave me, so I just went Apple and I haven't really looked back since. The speakers I have currently are the Presonus Speakers 3.5. These are the Gen 2 studio monitors. They're pretty cheap actually, they're not very expensive. They're really flat and natural sounding, which is kind of what you want when you're editing sound. You don't want anything like too bassy or anything like that. But for when I'm doing more accurate sound editing, I'm using these Sennheiser headphones. In terms of the keyboard, so I have this GMK67 by Zuoyo. I'm not a huge, massive keyboard geek, but it's something that we kind of are both like dipping our toes into. We quite like the whole like world of mechanical keyboards.
We did lube ourselves as well too.
Yeah, so we literally sat there, lubed all the switches. They have Gateron milky yellow switches, and they sound like this. It's one of those weird things where people ask me, like, when I take it to work, for example, they're like, oh, why did you spend all this money on a keyboard? Even though it wasn't that expensive. And then they try it and they're like, oh, now I get it. So if you're gonna spend all your time in front of a computer and editing and stuff, it's nice to have that kind of like premium feeling experience. We do a lot of like script writing and all that kind of stuff, so I am typing quite a lot as well. The mouse I'm using is the Logitech MX Master 3S, pretty much the like best creator focused mouse there is on the market, although there is a new version now, the 4S I think it's called. It's just great, it's really comfortable. It's got the nice buttons and the scroll wheel on the side, so for editing it's really, really cool. The only thing I hate about it is, I swear to God, I'm really fastidious about making sure my hands are clean. I probably clean my hands like 20 times a day, and it's like just yellowed. It's probably hard to see on camera, but it's a common problem, it gets yellowed, so I kind of just wish I got the black one.
It still works.
It works, so yeah, it's fine. And in terms of storage, I'm using this OWC Envoy Express SSD for like my scratch disk for editing and for storing like things that like temporary files. And then I have the RAID Lacie dock. It's got two 16 terabyte drives in there in a RAID 1 array. So that's what I'm using for storage. I also have a NAS at work, which is where I do all the like long-term backups. And I also recently picked up this Focusrite Scarlett Solo. It's great for just like recording voiceovers, which I do quite a lot at work, and also for recording guitar and things like that, which I also like to do in my spare time. So that's pretty much my side.
Now, my side is quite a bit more chaotic, as Aaron said, because not only do I have my Dell XPS, which is my daily driver, it's the 2023 model. We did do a review on it previously, so we'll link that in the description as well. But I've also got our gaming PC, and where we do a lot of our video editing as well for like freelance projects and really visual stuff. The reason I picked the Dell XPS was that at the time it was the best option for me. I'm not really into macOS, so that was like not an option for me at all. And I've owned a Dell XPS before, and I really liked the design and like the kind of more premium quality, build quality of it as well. But the main reason I picked the Dell XPS is the amazing display. It's 4K, it's really color accurate. I do a lot of photo and video editing on the go, so it's really important for me for my laptop to have that. The only issue I have with it is that it's 60 Hz, and I wish it was a little bit higher, but that wasn't an option at all, so I just have to make do with it. And for my storage, I use a Lacie dock. It's the 2-big dock, 20 terabyte version. So I mainly use that to back up all my projects. I used to have a scratch disk, which was the SanDisk SSD, but that has, you've probably seen, has been in the media about like absolutely breaking on everyone, so I'm a bit scared to use it now. And probably the most interesting thing about the setup is the IBM Model M keyboard. Ta-da! Which is more of Aaron's thing.
I actually grew up with an IBM Model M. My dad had one in like 1995, and then like he lost it, and then I didn't use it for like 20 years or something. And then when we first met, or like a year or two after we first met, I got one on eBay and just like really fell back in love with this thing. It just, I mean, if you guys know about the Model M, you know how amazing it is.
I do like it. It reminds me of playing like Witcher 3 on it. I did break the one we had before, so
I think you're the only person in the world who's ever broken a Model M.
The control key just stopped working from Geralt just rolling around so much. So for my mouse, I'm using a gaming mouse. It's the Logitech G502X. I think when I got it at the time, it was like one of the cheaper options. I think it was just like on a massive discount on Amazon.
Be honest, what was the real reason you got it? And
the main reason I got it is because it has a super high DPI.
No, the real reason.
The real reason I got it is because it has RGB, programmable RGB. So I've. And last thing that's part of my setup is this Wacom, people call it. Let us know in the comment section.
And sponsor our next video.
How it's pronounced. But yeah, that's just what I use for photo editing, and it's the Wacom Intuos Pro. Can't remember the exact model number.
So let's move on to our main PC, which we use for our freelance work and also for gaming. It is an older AM4 system. The specs are on screen now.
We did want to upgrade to AM5, but because of AI, that's not really an option anymore, or not really an affordable option anymore, so we're just going to be sticking with AM4. And all of this sits on top of our FlexiSpot standing desk. I think it's the E7 Pro. Yeah. Again, we did do a video about that, so we'll link it down in the description down below. And I've also got a FlexiSpot chair. And
I'm saying on this Hinomi X1 chair, which I'd also reviewed on this channel as well. We basically didn't pay for any of this. Perks of being a YouTuber. But the Ergo chairs, they're really amazing. Like, even if I didn't get it for free, I actually would pay for them myself. That's how much of a game changer it's been for like both of us.
Aaron's chair is quite a bit more expensive, but this chair is quite affordable. I think I've seen it about 160 on Amazon now, which is what like your regular like IKEA chair would, the higher end IKEA chair would cost.
So quite a lot of you do ask us on the channel what cameras we use to film these videos, and for the most, I would say like 80% of the time, 85% of the time, we are just using a Sony FX3 as our main camera, and the lens on it is a Sony 24-70 G Master 2. Pretty much the best bang for your buck, like mid-range, mid-zoom range lens. Super versatile, and we usually also have a Ninja Shinobi. No, it's not Shinobi.
Ninja Atmos.
Atmos.
Atmos Ninja 5 Plus.
5 Plus as our monitor.
For audio, we tend to use the MKH50 from Sennheiser. And what we're using right now for like a 2-person setup is these little DJI Mic 3 microphones. We actually tend to use them quite a lot. We've got like purchased a few more as well to use with our clients.
We also are using this Desview Teleprompter, which we reviewed on the channel years ago. But it is just really nice to be able to, not even, if you don't have to even just have a full script, you can just have like talking points, bullet points, which is what we're doing right now. So for like YouTube and stuff like that, it's just super useful. So would highly recommend. And in terms of lighting, we usually have a Godox UL60 with a softbox. And we also have a Aputure 300X. We use that mostly more for like our professional work or our freelance work. And also our tripod at the moment is the Manfrotto One. Amazing tripod, best tripod I've ever had, to be honest. And so that's pretty much everything that we use to make videos.
I think it's overkill for if you just want to start YouTube and just do YouTube on its own. Like we do so many other things with this setup.
Yeah.
So it just needs to cater to all our different needs, I guess.
If you are watching this and you have any questions or anything specific that you want to ask about, or any specific review requests of anything that you can see here, then do let us know in the comment section down below. Also share your own setups with us. We'd love to hear what you guys are doing. If you are also content producers, what kit you're using, whether that's computers, your desks or anything like that. In fact, let us know down there, what is your favorite piece of kit? I think that's probably a test to see who has made it to the end of this video. But we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, then hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.